All right, Travis, Dark Horse Martial Arts. I am here to talk about what does it look like to become a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, with my system, I have a curriculum of like about 50 movements ish that I want to see you be able to perform competently. So, that's like things like mount escapes, side mount escapes, back mount control and escapes. And then there's various positions I want to see you be able to perform submissions from. Now, that is just like the absolute minimum I want to see out of anyone I promote from white to blue. And I'm not just releasing this video because some dude paid a gratuitous amount of money to get their black belt in 3.5 years. That would just be crazy. But in my system, in like most jujitsu, that's legit, not just like, here's some money, give me a belt. There's some things that have to happen. So we have our curriculum, and then we go a little bit more. And I'll go more into detail later on, but I just want to touch base here that if you get your black belt in 3 to 5 years, that's a karate black belt or a taekwondo black belt. That's not a jiu-jitsu black belt. Or you have background in something else. Maybe you're like a national wrestler or like a black belt in judo and you just came over. If you're just some nobody that can't throw up an omoplata to save their life or has a shitty toe hold, you ain't a black belt. You just paid people that needed money, a lot of it, to get a black belt from them. For shame. Shame on all those black belts that went, yeah, yeah, he is. And then you see the rolling footage, you're like, is he? Is he? I don't think so. Anyways, that's a hot subject, and does it matter? No. Jiu-Jitsu is a sport of growth, and if you're growing in this, good on you. But yeah, maybe blue, definitely not purple. Okay, anyways, coming back to it. White to blue. What do I want to see as a coach? I've been doing this for about 15 years. I started my own club as a white belt, and yeah, that was almost 10 years ago now. I've been a black belt for 2-ish years. I came into running the club as a three-stripe white belt. I had previous uh, jiu-jitsu experience before that. Anyways, as 2 and some odd months black belt here, and I've been in the game a long time, competing at every single belt level, and I'm still competing. What I want to see out of a blue belt, someone that's ready for the blue belt. In the Dark Horse curriculum, I want to see you have all those moves, all those bases down, all the foundation, right? If you're building a house, you better have a damn good foundation because you don't want it come crumbling down. You're not just going to hang a chandelier on a stick and hope it sticks, right? So make sure to have the foundation. So I'm looking for mount escapes, side mount escapes, back mount escapes, all these like fundamental positions that you need to be aware of. On top of that, you have to have an understanding of most of the major positions: mount, side control, back control, turtle, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so just a little bit, definitely the major ones you have to have good knowledge in, and then there's like little niche ones that you're like, eh. Also, under the Dark Horse, you have to have some leg locks. You have to understand what the straight leg lock is, toe hold, knee bar, and even some heel hooks. I allow white belts and all those people to with heel hooks just because I feel like it's a great way to start. You start in those heel hooks and you're like, yeah, I got that. And then you understand the dangers of it, right? So I want to see all that. And then I want to see you be able to execute and retain all these little fundamental techniques or all these little fundamental positions. So if you can get to mount, I want to see that you can hold mount. If you can get to back mount, I want to make sure that you hold it with like proper technique. Whatever that technique looks like, I just want to see that you can hold it. Beyond that, we have escapes, sweeps, guard passes, takedowns, throws, all this fun stuff implemented within that curriculum. So those are all things I want to see. Do you have to be expert? No, but you need to be a little bit competent in all of them. So on that note, the biggest thing that I want out of all my white belts going to blue belt is The idea that if someone your same size and similar build comes into the mats, jumps on for their first time ever, you can handle it. You can handle yourself in that situation. It's a defensive and self-defense awareness that you can remain calm. That's the next one. So being able to, like, maybe you're getting squished, maybe you're getting like mother's milk, something like that, something horrible. Being able to remain calm. Do your techniques in a calm and controlled way. That's another big part, is you're not spazzing out, you're not just yanking stuff and injuring training partners and wrecking them. I want to make sure that you are not that spazzy white belt. So that's a big thing. So on top of that, rolling without panicking. So all too often you see these white belts or brand new people, they start rolling and they're like, oh yeah, I got this, and they're hyperventilating and stuff. Rolling without panicking. Understanding, yeah, maybe I'm in a triangle choke, but it's not that tight, and if I panic tap, I'm never going to get out. But if I start to learn to either get my frames in, do something out of it, that's when you start to learn actual jiu-jitsu, right? Being able to like control the brand new white belts, well, it's kind of a bonus. I want to make sure that you can keep them safe, because once you get your blue belt, you're looked up to. People that just start training, they see this blue belt, they're like, holy shit, that guy knows a lot. He knows a lot more than me. Cool. I'm gonna start to ask him questions, and hopefully, under my system, you have some answers for that. So, understanding how to control white belts and how to teach them, help them move through things. What else? We got like kind of a recovering guard. Recovering guard is a big thing, and like being able to control, whether it's like close guard, half guard, any kind of guard, being able to recover it from a bad position. Then we have like tapping. If you think that that's losing on mats during sparring or anything like that, you're not ready. You're not ready for a blue belt. You're still white belt with a shitty ego. So understanding that tapping is learning. That's a big thing for getting blue belt under me. So make sure that tapping is happening, because you can learn. You can learn from all types of taps. I tap all the time, and I mostly to white belts. Why? Because I want them to learn. I want them to see and feel what a correct way to do the technique. I'm not going to tap to bullshit, but if they're doing a legit armbar, I'm going to tap to that legit armbar. That way they get the sense that they know where they're going. They're moving in a right direction from that. Being able to be trusted with the brand new students, that's another part of what I look for out of the white to blue belts. It's a little bit more like blue belt 1-2 stripe, where I'm like, hey, yeah, go work with that guy so that they can understand what jiu-jitsu is. So being able to trust them to go over, work with them, teach them a little bit of something. You're not going to have all the depth of knowledge that like all these other guys, like the purple, brown, black belts have, but you have some, and you can pass that on. You're actually closer to what the white belt is than a black belt, and you might actually have greater insight. Why? Because you were just there, okay? Or you are just there, you're at that threshold of white to blue, so make sure that you're there helping them out. How many of these boxes are you ticking? Okay, if you're one of those white belts and you're looking at hitting all these, if I can give you a little tip, this is like Coach Travis tip of the day: compete. If you're willing and you want to compete, it is a cheat code to getting better faster. Okay, you'll learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what works for other people against you, and you should be taking that knowledge and implementing it so that in a way that you get better. So that's the Coach Travis tech tip of the day: compete. Even if it scares you, that's good. Doing scary things makes you grow. Other than that, as always, catch you on the flip side.